There, Joseph Carab is here. Once again, recording is in progress with the wonderful little Zoom lady. For those of you who haven't figured it out yet, I'm an author. Released 2 books recently. One, nonfiction, I Think You Do. Volume 2, Romance and Relationships. Anybody who's ever been in a romantic relationship or a relationship that's not romantic or just had romance, it's a book you should enjoy reading. You should enjoy reading. I hope you do enjoy reading it. And even if you don't enjoy reading it, say you did, tell your friends. I'm easy. Second book is Tales Told Around Celestial Campfires, Volume 2, which is everything I've had published, fiction and some poetry, since 2016, since we released Tales Told Around Celestial Campfires, Volume 1. Funny how we do that. You should get them both together or separately together. I'm easy. And leave good reviews, please. Leave positive reviews. I don't care if they're good, just leave them positive. Because I need the help. That said, that noted, and I'll put links in the blog post. That said, that noted. Today, because I'm actively working on stories and such, I wanted to talk about interesting. And the question about interesting comes from something that I learned a long time ago, which is what you're writing interesting where you're writing it? Meaning, you could have this really fascinating piece of information in the story, have it take place either as narrative, exposition, dialogue, character interaction, whatever. However, if what you've written, as interesting as it is as a piece, doesn't fit in the story where you've written it, it's getting in the way. It may cause the reader to go, what? Where did this come from? It may cause the reader to go, I think I missed something, I lost something. It may cause the reader to put the book down because they're confused. It may cause the reader to walk away because they don't understand. And the majority of readers don't like not understanding. Excuse me for a second. I'm a coffee drinker. I did not know that when I was a child, if you had said to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would have said a 225-pound coffee filter. But there you go. So is what you've written interesting where you've written it? That comes in 2 pieces. As I've said previously, just a few moments ago, before I had my coffee, if what you've written, as interesting as it is, right where it is, right there, the piece that you've written is interesting. If it doesn't fit there in the story, you have to take it out. You have to move it to where it would be valuable and interesting. This is a variation of cut and paste, which I'm not even sure if anybody ever uses those terms anymore. That noted, cut and paste usually means just used to be when you had actually paper that you submitted stuff on, you would literally cut paragraphs with scissors, paste them where you wanted them to go on the page, and send that in. I know. Thank God for computers, huh? Control C, Control V, right? Or whatever it might be on a Macintosh, an Apple system. Don't have one. Thinking about getting one. So the cut and paste, the moving of what's interesting to where it will be interesting, to where it will serve the story's purpose. 2 pieces to that. This is what I found. I have to have the story be interesting to me. Because if it doesn't interest me, did I mention we're listening to David Bowie? It's not going to be interesting to the reader. I learned this when I was a professor. You're shocked, I know. I learned this when I was a professor and when I was doing presentations internationally, business and science conferences. Sometimes the conference leader would give me a topic. As a matter of fact, one time I was invited to come to a conference because I was a recognized speaker. You know, people enjoyed having me present. And I really didn't have anything that I wanted to talk about. So I told the conference leader that, and they said, well, that's not a problem. Just recycle something you've done before. It was horrible. I, I botched it horribly. I just did not do well. I was not myself. And the reason was the information that they wanted me to present was something I'd done before. I had gone past it. My research had moved on. This was something that was relevant to me, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years prior. But I didn't have anything that I was doing research-wise that really fired me. I was in the midst of transitioning from one research platform to another, assigning different projects to different people, but not high-level projects, just, you know, work-a-day projects, busy work. And because whatever I was doing was not interesting me, I couldn't make it interesting to the audience. Part of making something interesting to the reader, to the audience, to the viewer, is conveying that it excites you. I'll give you another anecdote. Long time ago, I'm having Thanksgiving with my sister's family. And my brother-in-law, God bless him, said, what are you doing now at school? And at the time I was working for NASA. So I talked about the satellites that I was working on, telemetry, so on and so forth, analyzing the data that was coming in. And he's smiling and nodding. And I realized I just talked for 10 minutes because what I was doing excited me. We were making discoveries about space. And he said, when I was done, he laughed, not menacingly, not meaningfully. He just laughed, not cruelly, and said, I didn't understand a word of what you were saying, but I love the fact that you're really enjoying it. Okay? And that's because it was interesting to me. He didn't have to understand it, but because it was interesting to me, my interest was interesting to him. Put this into a story frame. The characters are fascinated by something. There's a mystery to be solved. There's something going on they need to understand. There's relationship issues they need to work out. This is interesting to them. It's important to them. Convey to the reader that it's important to the characters. And the reader will be interested because they want to know what happens. They want to know how this turns out. I've done that a number of times in my books. I've had character, my favorite method is to have characters in discussion. Discussing things to work problems out. And one thing I learned from Neil Simon, if you're going to have two characters having a discussion, an argument, a conflict, make them both right. Have them both right. Have both sides valid. That way the reader or the audience wants to keep going to find out which one they should go with. Which one has the most merit? Which one has the most points for it? That is something I use a lot. I used it in Search when the character Jess is having discussions with Geo about the use and misuse and abuse of what Geo can do. She has good points. He has good points. Where do you come down on it? Well, the characters made their decisions and they moved on. And you should read about it and find out. So to make something interesting to the reader, it has to be interesting to me. I found this even when I was writing scientific papers and business papers. If my subject didn't interest me, I had a hell of a time writing about it because there was nothing firing to me. It just basically, yeah, this is just cold hard facts. Just go read it in somebody else's paper. However, if there was something exciting, meaningful, I was on it because I wanted to share my enthusiasm of it with you. And that permeates everything. That permeates teaching. That permeates life. If you really enjoy something, truly enjoy doing it, that comes out in how you do it. That comes out in how you share it. That comes out in how you teach it, how you give it. So make it interesting. It'll be interesting to the reader, to the audience, to the viewer. You'll have them wanting more. And that's the key to building an audience. Not that I've been able to do that so far. I'm working at it. I do make it interesting. Everyone who reads my story says, yeah, that's really good. That's very interesting. Tell your friends. Thank you. And the button's right there.